be, I attended meetings on Monday and today on offense as well as obviously being involved with that's a good question. I'm not sure. I think there would be an advantage though initially because you don't mind a baseball analogy. Sometimes these pitchers come in and you don't necessarily know what you're getting. There's no book on them, as you mentioned. So I think it could be an advantage. How long that would last, I'm more of an observer and trying to get in and, if asked questions, I'll give a defensive perspective, but that's pretty much it.
Is that something you've done in the past at all?
I've done it, yeah, at times. I really didn't do it here, but at times I did it with the Jets.
Do you plan on continuing to do that throughout maybe the rest of the season, or what's your intention there?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think it looks good. I mean, he's obviously a guy that commands respect. I don't think there's any doubt about it, but he's also, I think he's using, his staff really well. Aaron Cromer did an outstanding job today. For instance, talking about the running game, implementing the running game, and so I see that from Anthony as well. I'd rather not get into those type of things. Just understand that we'll have it may be a simpler offense, maybe from a player's perspective, but there's going to be plenty of plays that it's not that we're going to be short one end. We're not expanding all the way down to hurt ourselves. That's not true either. So it'll be still a multiple system. I think it starts with our individual techniques, and I think that's where we have to really keep working and getting better on the practice field.
Would you say that, Gilmore, that might have been one of his toughest games that you've witnessed at least?
Well, everybody has it. It's fine a player as Stephon is. That wasn't one of his better games. But there's, those games happen, and we just got to bounce back from them. I think I've actually had. I'll say this. I recognize this guy. He's in the top 3 or 4 receivers in the league. He's been that way for probably his whole career. So, guy's an amazing player, unselfish player. Blocks. He does everything, and about as good as it gets. And I met him in person. The guy said, you think, well, what's wrong with this kid? No, he's a great person too. So he's got a heck of a lot going for him. Well, you can put all your attention on him, and then the other guys are killing you. So that kind of happened to us last week. So it's tough. There's no doubt about it. And it starts with Carson Palmer, and then you got, oh, by the way, the great Larry Fitzgerald. Those other kids can run, and they got size. And then the Brown guy, the only one that's not very big, is explosive. So we've got our work cut out for us. We understand. Well, it's I haven't been in these circumstances before, being 0-2. Obviously, I feel a great deal of responsibility for where we're at as a football team, and not real comfortable right now. To be honest with you, just want to win, and we need to win in the worst way. We are frustrated. I think we went in the season with higher expectations, being 0-2. Obviously, we're disappointed with the record, but I don't believe our morale is down. I think our morale is actually up. We're excited about the opportunity. We're playing against arguably the next 2 weeks the best teams in the National Football League. So, we know how big a challenge it is, but our guys are, we want to get better. There's no doubt. It's a sick feeling, when you played the way we played and coached the way we coached. We want to get back out there and as soon as possible, albeit against arguably, one of the best teams in the league. Okay with, my feeling is this. I think, the National Football League gives you an incredible platform as it is. And there's guys in this room right now, if some of our players wanted to have a platform to speak with the media, then we'd allow that. There's no doubt about it. I think, in my personal opinion, I think the national anthem is an opportunity for us as a football team to show respect to men and women that serve our country and have served our country. And I think that's how I would approach it. This is a free country. You can do as you choose. I just think, you know, in my personal opinion, the platform of the national anthem, there might be a better platform for you to get your message across.
5 days.
I'd rather really not get into, you know, anything that's happened in the past. I understand why you'd ask the question, but for me, the more time we spend,
You'd rather
you know,
not get into
hashing
it.
that, I'd rather just, you know, I'm gonna move forward.
Rex, was it, can you at least address this, was it all football related? Was there anything non-football related about it, an odd time decision?
No, it was all football related, and as I'll mention is this, guys, it was my decision that I thought, at this particular time, I think it's gonna help our football team, and, that's why I made the change.
It's great. You can have 3rd and 5 and you're in the mood for a pass, but you won't say, hey, I wanna pass you. Like,
Well, no, I've never said that, but specific plays or whatever, there might have been a time or two when I've called some. Obviously, the one that's well noted was when we, my first year with the Jets, when we went for it on a 4th down instead of kicking a field goal. You know, but that's, I'll make suggestions or whatever. I'm not saying I won't do that specifically, but just as a play caller, down after down, that's, I hired I hired good coaches, and I'll let them do